Have you ever been bullied someone before, or are you a victim of being bullied? Well, bullying is described as an immoral and aggressive behavior where it has an impact on one person to another. This is caused by people assuming they are dominant, superior in age or position. The bully also brings that unnatural anger on someone and tries to victimize them so that they can feel good about themselves. Bullying can occur in a range of places from schools to public places, even at home. Now, these days, technology is also a problem because of cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is becoming an infamous territory to battle their victims as it is often used to humiliate them on the social media. As a result, we can say that schools bullies have become a huge problem these days. The concept of a bully is that some students who lack in specific qualities in the eyes of the bully is a target for them in order for them to become popular. To be honest, bullying is a bad sign which results in lowering victims' emotion, and this may lead to mental illness such as depression and suicidal attempts. Actually, bullying, to be present in school, should not be tolerated in every possible way because it is violating a person's human right. This speech talks about the causes and the consequence of bullying, as well as the opinions to persuade you to be against bullying in schools and in general. Bullying has the obscure need of an individual to feel like they have the power as compared to others. In a social setting, when the bully carries an ego at school, the victim of the bullying may suffer both physical and emotional abuse. Bullying can also extend to sexual and verbal abuse. In some schools, a majority of the popular students tend to pick on the less popular students for the sake of fun and attention from other schoolmates. The main structural causes of bullying are mostly psychosomatic problems. In most of the times, a bully can also get rid of their own problems by passing it on to others' person. In rare cases of young people, teenagers often release their anger out because of their violent backgrounds or negative influence that they come across as they grew up in life. As an outcome, they end up exhibiting these feelings through bullying fellow students in school just to make them feel better about themselves. Most certainly, bullying is fueled by different aspects such as financial disparities, racial discrimination, and sexual orientation. It is understandable that these aspects mentioned above trigger the inner emotion of bullies, but they should also understand the importance of self-control. It is unfair for any individual to inflict their personal problems onto innocent bystanders who also have their own problems to deal with. Bullying is a breach of a victim's human rights. Every person has the right to be who they are without a cloud of judgment. This gives us an understanding that each person should be respected and treated equally and in a human manner. This means that if you're being bullied, it is a violation of such rights to every human being in this society. This goes to show that the concept of bullying in school hasn't been counted as a serious issue in the most educational institutions. Reason being that they are just children learning and growing up, and that they cannot be held accountable for such forms of aggressions. It is important that bullying should be taken as a serious offense in educational centers because if the school don't take actions with the children in their care, this may lead on to more aggressive behavior by the bully if not corrected early enough. As we can see, there are many different types of bullying in a school system such as cyberbullying and either physically, emotionally, and verbally abusing a person. Bullying can be as minimum of name-calling, and this may lead to even serious physical situations. Bullying can be uncontrollable, which takes a toll on the victim in many ways, such as depression and anxiety. This shows that the victims feel like that they are unwanted or unfit in society, which may lead to the later years of the victim's life having trust issues in relationships. The deadly effect of bullying is a suicidal attempt. Imagine a teenager who is constantly being mocked by his or her peers because of failing to fit in among other students in the school and being tortured for it. It's a fact that the teenager is already self-conscious about their looks as is every other teenagers due to them experiencing puberty at a young stage. They are learning to grow up and accept their looks and who they are as a person. Therefore, this can make the victim end up taking his or her own life just to make the feelings bubbling inside them to end for good. It is distressing to hear a teenager who committed suicide just to get away from fellow teenagers who just refused to leave him or her alone. It is not right for a young person to take their life before they have even experienced the beauty of their precious life. Overall, the side effect of bullying may also lead to a breakdown in the victim. The victim may be led to take drastic steps to let the anger and pain out, which may have lead them to put other people in harm's way. An example of this was in the year 2007, the Virginia Tech shootings, which was the worst school mass murder ever recorded in the United States due to the issue of bullying. The victims, being of Asian descent, was bullied because of his accents and him being reserved. This led him to have a mental breakdown that resulted in 32 people losing their life that fateful day. Who could they blame for this mass shooting? Was it the shooter's fault or was it the bully's fault? My suggestion is that bullying shouldn't be tolerated and shouldn't be taken lightly in the society, as it may be tragic not only for the victim but for the people around them as well. In a statistical research, it shows that about 40 to 80% of school-going children in America face bullying at one point or another in their school-going years. This means that many children at any level in schools, whether it be in elementary school, high school, or a college, go through bullying at certain points in their lives. In conclusion, it is not alright to have bullying in schools because it seeks to decrease the self-worth of the victim. It is brutal and is a violation of a victim's human right. Also, school bullying occurs within a learning institution where many range of verbal abuse to physical abuse. This shows that the consequence of bullying can lead to harming not only the victim but people around the victim as well. In addition, bullying should end as it degrading and selfish of a human being to control innocent life no matter the age and status of the individual for their own amusement. That's all from me. Thank you.